Liam, a 14-10 Derby Day victory over Bradford, which confirms our Betfred Championship status for this year. How pleased are you with that, or is it more relief?
I'm proud as punch. I'm proud of the lads. I just said to them in the change rooms, I'm proud of the lads that are here now, that have dug in what's been a tough league from before a ball was even kicked in the Championship. We're our backs to the wall, and we're not a club who can go out and sign 5 or 6 players from Super League and bring them in to replace lads we've got out missing. So we've had to dig in. We've had to beg, borrow and steal at times during the year off Leeds and other teams, and we're thankful to Leeds and I'm thankful to Rolls for giving us Kai for the last month, and obviously pleased to see him make his starting Super League debut for Salford. So yeah, we've had to batten down the hatches and dig in and be up against it and backs to the wall from minute one really, and we've ended up being like sort of 6 out of the last 9 games and potentially being 7 from 10, which is playoff form with a group of blokes who've literally wheeled themselves out onto the field week in, week out, and some of them probably shouldn't be playing, some of them just get themselves out there by hook or by crook. And I think that was a reward for them boys that have dug in this year and stuck by it and just took all the flack and got on with it.
We've mentioned loads of times in our post-match interviews about character and desire and stuff. We saw that last week in Toulouse, albeit in defeat. How much did you get from that performance to bring into today?
Yeah, well, just from the second half of the season, we got rid of some dead wood and some bad people, and when you do that and people are all pulling in the same direction, you give yourself a chance, and I think that's what happened sort of post that the Widnes home game. We made a few decisions and probably raised a few eyebrows, and the group, probably without knowing it, realised that the group was a little bit stronger all of a sudden because there were less backstabbing and people that were pulling in the same direction, and obviously then we went to Batley and pulled off a pretty big win in tough circumstances, and really other than the Swinton game, and we could have won it to lose, we haven't really looked back.
Where does today rank in terms of this year's performance, in terms of the quality of performance, but also again the character and desire of the side that showed today?
Well, it's best one, isn't it? It's Bradford at home. There's no secret. Like we're all Halifax lads. We love beating Bradford. We know they've got a bigger budget. We know they've got higher profile players. We know they can go out and pull people from here, there, and everywhere to fill up the squad. And that's not a dig at Bradford. Like we'd all love to be in that position, but we're not. And we've turned up today and dug in, and at times we rode us luck a little bit. But if you give yourself a chance and you get yourself in the mix on the scoreboard and you fight for each other, you give yourself a little bit of that. And probably if we'd have had a group in the first half of the season that were a little bit more together, there were a few cancers knocking about, we might have nicked a few of them as well.
You mentioned about the togetherness of the squad. Joe Keys and Matty G, who played the last game for Halifax at the Shay today, going to Bradford. How impressed were you by their professionalism in today and their performance that they did against the future employees?
Yeah, both outstanding today. Matty G, 80 minutes in the middle, usually a back rower, can play middle. Asked him to do a job, as it's no secret. We've got 3 or 4 middles who different type of middles that have been playing every week, who are not ones that necessarily big ball carriers and punch a hole in the defence, which Callie and Dougie were going to be for us, and obviously unfortunately being out injured. So we needed somebody who could carry the ball tough, and it just so happened that he can also do 80 minutes. So Keezy as well, I thought Keezy's kicking game, especially second half, was really good. Organised well. He loves playing for Halifax. He's done a good job over the last 3 or 4 years. And I thought both of them, it's a testament. I wouldn't have questioned it anyway. The rugby league players generally, you do the job that you're asked to do, and you think about next year when it comes around. That's not an issue. We've said all along that when you're in it, and you're pushing for the team, and you're pulling in the right direction. But at the same time, everyone's an individual, and they've got to look after themselves and do what's best for themselves and the family.
And finally, the Halifax fans. Really vocal, back to the good old days today. How good were they being the 14th man today?
Oh, outstanding. It was just really good to see a proper crowd at the Shay, and Bradford fans played the part in that, didn't they? They had a good contingent in the north stand, and obviously our fans spread across the south and what is it, east, whatever it is. saw a proper derby. You know, started raining 45 minutes before. I thought this is good news. Should make it a little bit of a good old-fashioned game of rugby, and you know, at times in rugby league we're spoilt for skill and execution of tries and stuff like that. I said, but I didn't say, but you know, in my opinion, at times, you know, there's a place for the good old-fashioned slugfest. You know, where it's raining, there ain't going to be loads and loads of ball movement, and it is really a war of attrition and two teams getting fired into each other, and whoever can come out physically on top. And I think that was the game today.